All right, friends, it's T-Man, and I'm back with another video. Gonna do a reaction to another stupid asshole on YouTube. This lifting slave, whatever. Anyways, gonna do a reaction to this gym lifting slave, the Australian strength coach. Man, this guy's the worst. The Australian strength coach says bench pressing for muscle growth. Oh, yeah, okay.
You might see some bodybuilders intentionally flaring their elbows, and what that does, so flaring the elbows creates, so if you think of the attachment points of the pecs, it's like the sternum and clavicle's your collarbone, so from here to the front of the arm here, and when you flare the elbows more and more, it increases the length of that muscle.
Yeah, really? Oh.
Well, increases the stretch of the pec. So yeah, if you want to target the pec in the fully stretched position,
yeah, I want to target it, yeah,
flare the elbows more, right? But something that you always need to consider is the balance between loadability and positioning for hypertrophy. Hey guys, today I'm going to be benching, and I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. If you've been following, you'll know that I injured myself 2 days ago doing a heavy squat. Now,
he injured himself the other day doing a heavy squat. Is he strong? See, if you're getting injured, you're not strong. This is pretend strength. This is pretend strong. A lot of people do this. They're all pretend strong, pretend strength, dude.
A bit of feedback on what's happening. That night was very sore. I often say don't do anything in the first 24 hours, which I did not. And it got progressively more and more sore overnight, but then woke up the next day.
Yeah, it progressively got more and more inflammation because it's fucking, you got a severe injury there. Hello.
And it started getting a little bit better. So it's not good enough for me to be loading. I'm still kind of limping a little bit. And I would say...
Yeah, that's the idea. Go to the gym so you can cripple yourself, so you can make yourself weaker than you were to begin with. Oh, yeah, this is really intelligent. Oh,
this week, I'm
going to
do 0 on it. It's still only been 2 days, so... early days, and I'll know more as every day progresses. Either way, we're doing bench. Now, here's the next thing. I'm going to talk to you guys about deloading strategies. And the reason why I want to talk about that is because I needed a deload and I didn't do it. And I just kept on going heavier and heavier and heavier. So there's two different types of strategies with deloads. There's proactive deloads and reactive deloads. So right now I'm doing a reactive deload, and typically I recommend proactive deload.
So why is he doing a deload, proactive and all this kind of weird shit? Watch.
I like to go, 4 weekly programs, and on the 4th week I like to plan a bit of a deload, which I kind of did by reducing the volume, but I was going really, really heavy, and I just kept on going heavier and heavier and heavier, and then something popped. So I'm going to be listening.
I kept going heavier, heavier, and heavier, and something popped because I'm weak, because I never got strong. What an idiot, man. There are so many idiots like this on the internet.
Listen to my body now. If you followed my last bench press.
Yeah, look at him pressing in the side of his chest. He's now crippled himself. His chest, his shoulder area is crippled, not to mention his legs in the squat. So he getting stronger, man? He getting stronger if he's fucking crippling himself, getting injured? How stupid is that? Because he never got stronger like everybody else out there. They never got stronger.
Session, I was complaining a little bit about tightness on my pec. I'm due for, testing over 200.
None of you got stronger. You're just all imagining things in your head.
Kilograms for a set of 2 today. But listening to my body with that little mishap on my quad, I don't want the same.
Oh, I like this one. I'm listening to my body after that mishap to my quad. And then he points to his chest area where he just fucking injured it.
Thing to happen to my pec. So what I'm going to be doing is giving myself a small phase of recovery for my entire body. So I'm going to put myself through, I guess you could call it a hypertrophy block, where I'm focusing on lighter loads, slightly higher reps. So I'm still going to be training hard.
This is really stupid, man. You see, this is the dumb people that reside on the internet.
And I believe after a small phase of this, I'm not going to get weaker, but the objective.
I don't think after a small phase of this, I don't think I'm going to get weaker. You are weak. You get it? The whole point of bodybuilding is to get stronger. You never got stronger. That's what bodybuilding is. Bodybuilding is the basis of eccentric exercise. It has nothing to do with performance or lifting concentrically. It is everything to do with building yourself super fucking strong. Get it? That's why in PubMed and CBI, they always tell you eccentric exercise is superior to concentric. So why would anybody lift concentrically if it's superior? It's superior for strength and gains. Get it? Gains and strength, they go together. The strength gains go together. But concentric exercise is not superior for strength and gains. Why? Because there's no gains. Get it? So it can't be superior for strength. Probably you don't understand that. Maybe it just didn't register in your brain.
Is to come back recovered, pain-free, right? So
come back recovered so he can try to keep getting stronger. Yeah, okay. Let me see. Let me lift heavier and see if I get stronger. Yeah, okay.
Right now, I'm going to be doing bench press still, but the type of bench press that I'm going to be doing is a bodybuilding style bench press. One where it's less levers, less arch.
I love this one. A bodybuilding bench press? What the fuck are you talking about? That's all bodybuilding.
And more focus on the exact muscle. So that's what I'm going to be going through today. The rep range is going to be sets of 8. Now, the good thing about sets of 8 is you can't go super heavy. So the heavier the weight, the higher the risk of injury, to put it really, really simply.
I can't go super heavy. The heavier I go, the more I'll get an injury. You never get injured lifting eccentrically if you're a smart lifter. You never get injured there. You understand me? It's the concentric lifters that get injured eccentrically because they're weak. They never got strong. If you never got strong, you get injured. That's what happened to him. He's stupid.
Even if you're using really good technique. So what I'm going to be doing is sets of 8 with a mid grip and minimizing the arch. The reason why I'm doing that is increase the range of motion, which makes it harder to lift as heavy, but it's very good for building muscle. And if I do a
No, it's not. He made that up. No, it's not.
phase of that, I think I can get the same type of stimulus to slowly...
If it was, he'd never get injured and he would have built muscle, but he never did. He's stupid. He doesn't understand what makes you strong. He doesn't understand what makes you strong. Like 99% of the people on fucking YouTube and on the internet, they don't know what makes them strong. None of these fitness people.
Or at least maintain strength. But
at least maintain strength? What do you mean maintain strength? Strength doesn't need to be maintained. Once you're, listen to me. If you're in outer space, you're going to get weak. But when you drop on a planet with gravity, you get strong. Why? What makes you strong? Gravity? Your muscles. They make you strong. Your muscles make you strong. On this planet, your muscles make you strong. So what do you need to do to get strong? Build muscle. See what I mean? And where does muscle build? Concentrically or eccentrically? Eccentrically. That's all. Just get strong, dude.
Come out after about a 3-week phase of this. And I don't think I will have...
Listen to me, man. Stop wasting your fucking time, dude. Just get fucking strong like a bitch.
Lost strength. So that's what we're going to be doing. The plan today is 3 sets of 8 on 145 kilograms.
Man, this bitch is never going to get strong. He's just going to constantly get weaker and weaker. He's going to get more injuries, whatever, because he's stupid. He doesn't listen to his body, doesn't listen to anything. He hurt his legs, now he hurt his pec, whatever. What's next? Who knows?
And just like...
How can he call... How can he even have the balls to call himself coach? I don't even call myself a coach, but I'm better than a coach. But I don't call myself coach, man. Get it? But there's people, they want me to be their coach. Yes, they want me to be their coach, but I don't want to be a coach.
Like I do with my powerlifting style technique, I teach you guys the techniques. I'm going to teach you the techniques that I use for a bodybuilding style bench press. So for those of you at home, some people look at me doing an arch and think, that's cheating. what's the point of doing that? Well, the point of doing that is so that you can lift as heavy in a powerlifting competition, which is the goal, is to lift the most weight for 1 rep. But if your goal is to build muscle, you want to be less efficient.
So stupid if your goal is to build muscle. Look, man, if your goal is to get strong, you want to build muscle. What makes you strong on this planet? Your muscle, you dumbass. Duh. Fuck me.
Using an arch and a wide grip is being more efficient. It's a shorter range of motion. For a bodybuilder, you don't want to be efficient. You want to be less efficient so that muscles do more of the work. And
what are you talking about? Bodybuilding is not a sport. It compromises sportive performance because it damages you. What the man? This guy doesn't know anything about bodybuilding. He's so dumb. He's just making up shit because it doesn't know anything. So many people like this reside in this industry. They don't know fuck all about exercise, about lifting. And they sure as fuck don't know anything about eccentric exercise at all. Very little, if anything, people know about eccentric exercise in the fitness world.
that's going to cause me to lift a lighter weight, which is totally fine. So anyway, have a look at what I'm going to be doing. The way that I set up is no arch, so I'm just going to go flat feet now.
Stop paying for Wi-Fi.
So my wide grip is index finger on the outer ring of a powerlifting bar. My mid grip, I'm just going to go pinky on that same line. So I don't do the exaggerated arch, but I still want to pick my chest up. The reason why I pick my chest up is because the pecs attach to the sternum. So a large portion attaches sternum and clavicle. So what you want to do is pull the sternum up high and pull my shoulder back, which creates tension on the pec. So it's not the same degree of arch in a powerlifting competition, but I still recommend that whenever you're doing
What a waste of time listening to this guy, man. It's crap.
10 minutes. Now, I'm going to do my bench press, maybe wait 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, and then do lap
He can't do anything because he's crippled himself because he's weak.
pull down. So I get twice the amount of work in the same amount of time. And I'm going to be doing lat pull down. You guys probably see that I do this a lot. An alternative to this could be some type of row variation, but I've chosen a lat pull down because it takes my legs out of the equation more. When I do the row, I need to stabilize a little bit harder with my leg. And right now, while I've got that little quadricep pain, I just want to take all of the pain out of the equation and just work my muscles.
His exercises are frivolous. He's bench pressing with an injury. What a dumbass.
How's it better? Feels okay.
You know, a severe injury could become fibrotic, and then you're fucked. It happens to many people. Once that thing becomes fibrotic, you're going to be weak the rest of your life. Yeah.
I might pec working more, which is the idea of it, right? This is a bodybuilding style bench press, or at least I should say it's the way that I would bench press if I was a bodybuilder. Now let's talk about some of the differences. So in powerlifting, the idea is not really to use pecs, of course you're using pecs, but the idea is to spread the load as evenly as possible amongst all of your pushing muscles. So you've got pecs, deltoids, and triceps. So I want to use all of it.
Okay, this is boring.
As more and more, it increases the length of that muscle, or increases the stretch of the pec. So if you want to target the pec,
Increases the length, increases the stretch. Yeah, if it's adapted, it can stretch. There's nothing going on there. No damage, no remodeling, no building.
in a fully stretched position, flare the elbows more, right? But something that you always need to consider is the balance between loadability and positioning for hypertrophy. So the problem with putting in the greater stretch position is it's not as strong, right? So here's the thing, even as a bodybuilder, I still want to position my muscles in the strongest contractile length. So this is my recommendation. is slight tuck of the elbows. So in a powerlifting competition, we tuck the elbows so that we can evenly distribute the load across all the muscles and put the pec in its mid-range. But as a bodybuilder, people have an option, right? So you might see people flare the elbows, and that is a great way of strengthening the pec in the lengthened position. But for me today, like I think either or is good. So like full stretch, so flared elbows is good, but you can't lift as heavy. Mid-range is good, and you can lift heavier. So which one's going to place more mechanical tension on the pec? So mechanical tension is what we're after for muscle growth. Which one's going to place more mechanical tension?
Oh, so mechanical tension is great for muscle growth. Yeah, not if there's no damage. That's going to lead to remodeling. You can forget that shit.
Lighter weight with a greater stretch, or less, or more weight with lesser of a stretch? I'm going to go with my strength bias and go put the pec in the mid-range and press.
This guy talks so much strength. Maybe he gets strong by saying strength.
A little bit more. So that's
who the hell knows? See
goals is elbows down. So
man, he's using his arms. There's nothing going on here. It's such a waste.
If you look at the position, my elbow upright as possible. That's how I would do it if I was really focused.
It's the opposite, like when you're pulling up your body weight, right? You're pulling up and going down with gravity. In this instant, you're pulling a weight in the opposite direction, and then gravity is pulling the weight down, going the opposite direction. They think that they have to use their arms here. See what I mean? And the thing is, you don't even have to go all the way.
On lats. My heels down. That cranks my arch.
Who cares, man? Just get stronger. You don't have to worry about cranking your knees or your arch or any of these stupid things. This is dumb. If that's your goal, I don't know what your goal is.
I don't need to do that now.
Whatever.
For the day. But it is stressful. So now it's just like...
Yeah, okay.
The thing is, context matters. So the more advanced the lifter, the better you are at moving, right? So a lot of beginners taking that movement to...
Man, you sound like a beginner lifter, dude. Getting all these injuries, whatever. You're weak.
Failure, they start to break.
Failure, yeah.
With the back movements, I never recommend progression from week to week. So 100...
Yeah. He's progressing. You want him to be your coach? He's progressing. Progressively getting crippled, getting weak and injured. Yeah. I wouldn't attempt that with an injury. You're crazy.
The low, but I don't want to do that. I want to stay lean. So now it's my opportunity to say I don't have any big days to like carb up or fuel up the day before.
Wow, this guy is a real lifting slave, dude. Real lifting slave. It's crazy.
So the idea of a lot of people doing.
Forget this. Forget that. Forget this shit.
So,
this guy's weak, and he'll be another lifting slave for the next 40 years trying to get strong. He's going to try to get strong for the next 40 years because he's never going to get strong. I'll see you in the next one. Touch, think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. Yeah, man, this is ridiculous. This is
one of my favorite banks.
This is the typical people online, okay?
Back bicep exercises because it targets all heads of
all these gizmos because he's so strong. The knee sleeves, the elbow sleeves, whatever.
Elbow flexors, right? Yeah. Because we're weaker with pronated wrist. So
we're weaker with pronated wrist and whatever. Then get strong there, dude. Get strong.
That's why we use the concentric when we're in the supinated.
You're using the concentric? Yeah, okay.
Position because it'll be too hard to overall fatiguing as my super heavy session. So feel great after that.
Oh, brother, this was really, I tell you, this is the people online, bro. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.